Good morning, students. Welcome back once again. Today I will begin with a new chapter, that is chapter number 11, Statistics. Children, in 7th standard you have done how to calculate average. That is, average is equal to sum of all scores divided by total number of scores. I hope that all of you have remembered this, how to calculate the average. Suppose Sachin Tendulkar played 4 matches, and if you want to find out the average of his run, so what you will do? You have to add all the runs scored in each match divided by number of matches he played, that is 4. Whatever you will get, that will become the average of Sachin Tendulkar. Children, this part already you have done in 7th standard. Today we will do the same thing, but here the average is called as arithmetic mean, that is mean. In 7th standard, children, you have done the average of small scores, like 5 matches he played, and find the average of your marks of 2 tests or 4 tests. Like this you have done in 7th standard. But in 8th standard you are going to calculate same thing, but not for a small scores, you will get the big scores. So average is also called as a arithmetic mean or mean. Got it, children? So just see on page number 67, they have given one example. I will do the example sums and you have to solve the exercise. It's a very simple chapter and it will help you in 9th standard, children. See what is given in your textbook. The marks obtained by 37 students of standard 8 in a test of 10 marks are given below. Means out of 10, student got a marks. There are 37 students. We have to calculate the mean. I said average is also called as a mean or arithmetic mean. Now see here, the number of score is 37. It is very large. Understood? So if you will add each number, it becomes difficult, or it will take time. So that is why we have another method to find out the mean, which is called as a frequency distribution table. So my dear children, here we are going to calculate arithmetic mean, or you can say average, in new method which is called as a frequency distribution table. So first you will make table, and first column will be, I said that I am doing a solved examples, my dear children, right? You will solve the exercise. This chapter is for your internal exams. For internal, it will not come in your test. It is your internal. After the completion of chapter, I will post the Google form, right? Like your open book test, you have homework assignment. So this is like that. So just see here, first you will write your marks, which you can write XI. Marks, scores, write XI. Then second one is a tally marks. Second one is tally marks. Third is a number of students. Number of students, right, which is called as frequency. Number of students, there are 37 students, so it is denoted by F. And one more column is there, which is product of frequency and X, Fi and Xi. Fi and Xi. Now the marks is given out of 10. Marks is given out of 10. So in this column you will start from the smallest marks. smallest marks is given 2. So from 2 you will write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Correct children? It's very simple. What I have written here, marks, which is indicated by XI. The smallest marks you will write here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 10, because highest marks is 10. And then from this, in the example, marks are given. Just find out how many students got 2 marks. So in this case, we have only one student. Only one student. So with pencil, you cut that number and put here 1 stroke. Tally marks means 1 stroke. In frequency, you will write 1. And what I have written here, Fi into Xi. Fi into Xi means 2 into 1, which is 2. Similarly, you should find out how many students got 3 marks. So children, there is one student who got 3 marks. So here also you will write 1, and it is 3 into 1, which is 3. Like that 4, there are 5 students who got 4 marks. So for 5, how you will do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not put here 5th line. Just put like this. So this is a bunch of 5 students. So here you write 5 and then 3 multiplied by 5, which is 15. Okay. Then how many students got 5 marks? 2 students got 5 marks. So write here 2, 5 into 2, which is 10. 6 marks, again 5 students, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here 6 into 5, which is equal to 30. The next 7 students, 6 marks. 6 students got 7 marks. So this is 5 and 6. For 6 you will put here. This is what? 6. So 6, 7 into 6, it is equal to 42. It is not compulsory that you should show this multiplication directly. 2 ones are 2, 3 ones are 3. That is also correct, children. Then there are 5 students who got 8 marks. So 5 students. This is 5. So here I will write 5. 8 into 5, which is 40. And 8 students got 9 marks. 1, 2, 3. All these are scholar student children. There are 7 students who got 9 marks. So here 8, 9 into 8. And the topper ones, there are 4 student children who got 10 out of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I will write 4, 10 into 4, which is equal to 40. So first marks, tally marks, number of students, and Fi into Xi. Because this is large score, that is we have to prepare this table, and this table is called as a frequency distribution table. Now what we have to calculate here? Average, which is also called as a arithmetic mean or only mean. So children, we have here total of this. You should add this number. You should add, and you will get here what? This sign. This sign means what, children? This sign means sigma. How you will read? Sigma, or it is called as total. Sigma or total. So here sigma means total of this number. Total of this number is how much? It is 259. 259. And this is also we require total. So here you will write n. Sum of frequency, children. Total of the frequency. Total of frequency is represented by n. And which is how many students? 37 students. I hope that all of you have understood here. I'm sorry. Here you will write what? Sigma. Sigma means total of Fi Xi. Total of this part. So it is how much? 259. And total of frequency is 37. And we have a formula to calculate this. Mean, in bracket you will write bar x. Bar x means it is mean, equal to sigma Fi Xi upon n. This is the formula, my dear children. Very important formula to calculate mean or arithmetic mean for large number of scores. Sigma Fi upon n. Sigma Fi, how much we have here? Sigma Fi we have 259. So 259 divided by 37. 259 divided by 37, and your answer is equal to 7. Got it, children? So it's a very simple, very easy to find out the mean of large scores. Here we have 37 students. So if you will plus their marks or if you will add their marks, so it will take time. Maybe you will do wrong things. So that is why to find out the mean of large scores, we have to prepare this table, and this table is called as a frequency distribution table. First column you write down marks or scores. Second column telemarks. This is a sign of telemarks. Number of student, right? So how many telemarks is here? 1. So write 1. This is 5. So write 5. 2. So 2. And then fourth column is what? Fi into xi, means this multiplied by this, so this. So it is not required as multiplication. You can write directly. Finally, you should add this number. Sigma Fi xi is equal to 259. Add this number, n is equal to 37. And then mean is equal to sigma Fi xi upon n. Write down this and you will get answer 7. Finally, you write down here, therefore arithmetic mean is equal to 7. So this is your solved examples. So children, you can see your practice set 11.1. 11.1. Practice set 11.1. In this, already everything is given. Table is already prepared. You have to fill the box. You have to fill the box. So I am not doing this sum on the board. I will do next sum. See what is given here. Number of samplings. Number of sampling, page number 69. Open your textbook. See in the textbook, children, I am not solving this sum on the board. You see in your textbook. Number of sampling, it is denoted by xi, it is a score, I said. So number of student, it is denoted by frequency fi, and next column is fi into xi. Simple, it's very simple. So 1 multiplied by 4, 4 you will get. With 2 into 6, right? How much it will come? 12. Very good. So here 12. Then 3 into 12, 36. Okay. 4 into 8, 32. Got it? And then you have to add all this number. You should add and you will get 64, and the total of frequency is around 30. Then write down the formula. Mean is equal to sigma Fi xi upon n. Divide and get your answers and write finally your answer. So this is your question number 1. And question number 2 is also same thing, children. So just you do these things. As I said, this chapter is not for your exam, but it's very important for your 9th standard. So now I'm doing question number 4th one. The number of science and mathematics projects submitted by Model High School. Means in a Model High School there is a science exhibition. Every year there is a science exhibition, my dear children. This year due to the corona period we can't get this exhibitions, but it's a very important thing. You will make the project, then there is a competitions between the schools, right? Even between the teachers. So here the projects of science and maths are kept in the Model High School in Nandapur, and in last 20 years at the state level science exhibitions, zonal level, then district level, then first is ward level, then zonal level, then district level, then state level. So 20 years maths projects are kept here. So we have to find out the mean of this data. Got it? So first what you will write here, the number of projects. Number of projects, right? Then telemarks. Next is frequency. Okay, this is F, this is X. Number of projects here, see, 1 is the lowest one, then highest is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this way. Then you should write down here how many school have put 1 projects, that you will put here. So 1, 2, 3. There are 3 school, right, who put 1 project. So here it will be 3. And next is f into x, this into this, that is 3. Then like that, how many students I kept two projects, that you should find out. So there are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and after that 4, 5, 6. There are 6 schools. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So here you will write 6. 2 into 6. Okay, directly you write here 12. Then how many schools have kept three projects? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is also 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 here, 3, 6 are 18. Correct? Then 4, how many schools have kept 4 projects? So 1, 2, then 3 schools. So write here 1, 2, 3 here, 4, 3s are 12. Finally, how many school kept 5 projects? So we have 1, then 2 schools. So we have 2 schools, 2 tally marks. So here 2, 5 2s are 10. Then add this sigma fi xi, which is equal to 2, 8, 10, 12 and 3, 15. Correct? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 5, 55. And this is what? N. 5, 6, 11 and 6, 17 and 3, 20. Got it? So there are 12 total, 20 plus. How to get the mean of this? So sigma fi xi is equal to how much? 55, and n is equal to 20. Therefore mean is equal to, formula you write here, mean is equal to sigma fi xi upon n. This we have 55 upon 20. Do the cancellation. 5 11s are, 5 4s are. So 11 divided by 4. How much you will get? It is 4 2s are 8 point. 3 is remaining here. So it is 4 7s are how much? 28, and 4 5s are 2.75. 2.75 is the average children. Got it here? So this is the answer of this question. This way you will calculate the mean of this sum. I hope. Children, I hope that all of you have understood your arithmetic mean and mean. Once again I am telling you the formula. Mean is represented by bar x, which is equal to sigma fi xi upon n. Okay? This is required to find out the arithmetic mean or mean for large scores. Children, in 7th standard you have done 2 types of bar graph. One is called as a simple bar diagram or simple bar graph. I hope that all of you have remembered this. And second one is called as a joint bar graph. Joint bar graph. Okay? This year you are going to do 2 more bar diagrams, children, which are called as a subdivided. Number 1 is a subdivided bar graph, and second one is a percentage bar graph. Last year already you have done 2 bar graph. One is simple bar diagram and second one is joint bar graph. Okay. Now you can see in your textbook they have given the questions that this question is given. I am doing a small example now. Town is given children here. Town, right? Or right? Italpur. So here. Next is Dhandhodi and Karmandad. Karmabad. Okay, these two towns are given. Now, what precautions you will take while preparing the subdivided bar graph? What main things you will see in your bar this subdivided bar graph? See here what is given: male labors, right? In this it is 180 and this is 80, this is 100. Okay. Similarly, female labors, this you have 120 and this is 40 and this is 60. So my dear children, whenever you want to prepare a subdivided, see the word subdivided means this bar graph have two parts. It is divided into two parts or three parts depending upon your problem. So you have to draw a bar graph, but it is divided. You have to divide the same bar graph. Here we have example of male labors, 180 in this village. Similarly here 80 and in this 100. So while preparing the subdivided bar graph, what you will do, you should add these two things. You should add first. Always they will give you only this much. If you want to prepare a subdivided bar graph, so you should add, and that is why you will write here total. What is that? You will write total labors. This is required from your side. Very important part, children. So you should add this. This is how much? This is 300. This is how much? 120. And this is how much? 160. So before plotting a subdivided bar graph, this table you will draw in your notebook, in graph notebook, and add these two. Right? Last year you have not done these additions in simple bar graph and joint bar graph. But in 8th standard, when you are plotting the subdivided bar graph, so you should add this. Means in this village we have total number of this labor as 300, 120 and 160. And then it becomes very simple. This town you will take on which axis? On x-axis. So make x-axis and y-axis. This is your y-axis and this one is your x-axis. This is your x-axis. Correct? Here y-axis, x-axis, you know that there is a 1 centimeter gap you will find here in a graph paper like this. Here also, okay, like this you will find. Understood? Now on the x-axis you will take name of the town. So here put 1 centimeter gap and write down here what? Talpur. I am writing in short. Again you make 1 centimeter gap and write here this second one. Again you make here and write down here third one. Okay? And on y-axis you will take this labors. This labors. See, highest is 300. So how you will take this thing? Taking the scale is very, very important part, children. It's a very, very important part how you are taking these things. So here it is 300, 120, 160. So what I am doing, I am taking 1 centimeter. You can take 10, 20, 30, 40, but it becomes a 300. So you require around 30 lines. So keep in mind, you have to adjust, you have to fit all this number on this axis. So on y-axis you will not get 30 lines. So that is why you can take here 20, 40, 60 like that. or you can take 40, 80 like that. So here I am taking 40, 40, then 80, then 120, here it is 160, and then after that 200, 200, then 240, 280 and 320, because the last is how much here? 300. Okay. Just adjust children these things, because I have a small board. Try to understand. I have rubbed this part. Now see, first in this town, the total number of labor is 300, and here we have 40, 80, 120, 160. One more thing children, I forgot to tell you, write down the scale. Here on these things you will write scale. What is that? On y-axis you have taken 1 centimeter is equal to. So on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to what? 40 labors. Here what you have taken? Town you have taken. Just put arrow. Here what you have taken? Labors you have taken. So these things you have to show in your graph book. And now you have to draw the rectangular box or the pillars, right, for each town. So you can see here, you can see in the first town, in this town we have 300, so 280, see this is 40, so where you will get 280 in between, see, because 280, then what will come here in between? 300, because this is 40, so what will come here children? 60, right? Then here 90, like that. So this one is the first pillar, you will say, or first rectangular box. This is 300. How I got for these things? Because this is children what? This has 10 lines. So 40 divided by 10. This is equal to 4. Means one line is equal to 4. Okay. So 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Like this you will get 20 lines here. So in between here you will get 20. This is 1 centimeter, and 1 centimeter has how many lines? 10 lines. So 40 divided by 10 you will get 4. Means one line is equal to 4. So 5 line is equal to how much? 4 5s are 10. 4 5s are 20. So this is 20, then 40, then here it is 60, then this is 80, then here it is 100, like that you will get. So this is the first pillar you got. In second one, how much it is? 120. In this village 120. So already 120 we have. So 120, like this you will do. 120. Third one, in third is 160. So 160 is also 160. Like this you will do. So now you have prepared what? This is called as a simple bar graph. This is simple bar graph which already you have done in 7th standard. But we have to plot here what children? Subdivided. Right? So what you will do? You will divide this box, this rectangular box, into two parts, male and female. Male and female. This is the pillar of all the labors in this village. But we have to divide this into male and female. So in first village, how many males are there? That is, how many males are there? 180. So where is 180 in this case? See, 160. So this is 160, then here it is 120. Draw a line 180 this way and put the shadow like this. Same thing in the second village, 80. So 80. Like this you put a shadow. Third one is a 100. So 120, 80 here. So it will be like this. Got it? And here also what you will do? Put in scale like this. This is the male labors and this is female labors. Okay? Male and female labors. And this is called as your subdivided bar graph. Very important part is what? Taking this scale on the y-axis. So my dear children, I hope that all of you have understood how to prepare this divided bar graph. In your textbook, already in some questions, the subdivided bar graph is drawn. You have to write down the answers. You have to write all these things in your notebook. But I said that this chapter is not for your test, only for internal. But you should write these things in your notebook, my dear children. So, as you can see in the textbook, children, 11.2, first question is a question answer. What type, state the type of the graph. So when you will observe this, you can easily tell the answers that it is a subdivided, because there is blue color and white color. So subdivided. Like that you should find out the answers of each question and also draw the bar graph of each one. Subdivided bar graph. Got it? So this is the subdivided bar graph, children. Children, the last part of the chapter is about second bar graph, which is called as a percentage bar graph. See, the word percentage means 100. Got it? What precautions you will take in this? Number one, first you draw y-axis, then draw x-axis. Okay? And on y-axis, it is compulsory that all boxes must be 100. It is not like a simple bar graph, all are different, or in a subdivided, all pillars, all boxes are different. In percentage bar graph, you have to draw all boxes about 100. Right? Means here what you will do, directly 10, 20, then 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Okay? So on y-axis you will take this percentage. Always you should take percentage, and it is in numbers, percentage. And on x-axis, I am doing a question number 1 which is given in your exercise, that show the following informations of percentage bar graph, right? In division of standard. So here A division is given, B division is given, C division is given, and D division. In A division, number of students securing grade A. In A division, number of students securing grade A is 45, this is 33, this is 10, and this is 15. Out of 60 students, 45 score grade A. Out of 55, 33. Out of 40, 10, and out of this. It is easier than the previous one, children, because in this case, this scale is already fixed. You will take 10, 20, 30 up to 100. All pillars are 100. So your initial work is what? Draw the x-axis and y-axis, which already I have drawn, and put 1 centimeter gap like this. Here you will take division A, gap, then division B, then division A, gap, B, C, and C. And this is for D. Okay? Draw the pillars of 100 of all. This all you will draw. First 100. Second one is also 100. All pillars, children, you will draw 100, because it is percentage bar graph. Simple one. This is your 100. Okay? Now, here, what is this? The number of students who got grade A. 45 students in division A got grade A out of 60. Calculate this into percentage. How you are calculating your marks into percentage? Suppose you got 50 marks out of 100. So what is the percentage? I said 50 marks out of 100. Then what is the percentage? 50 out of 100. You should multiply it by 100. So these two get cancelled and write down here 50. 50%. Same thing is here, children. Calculate 45 upon 60 into percentage. So 45 upon 60 See, this 0 get cancelled. 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10, then 3 1s are 3, 15s are 50, 75. So this is 75%. Like that here, 33 student, division B, 33 student out of 55 into 100. So 5 2s are and 5 11s are, 11 3s are. So what is the percentage? 3 into 20, 60%. Like this you will do this also. Okay, means calculate percentage of all these division A, B, C, D. And after that, how you did in subdivided? This is 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, and out of that 75% student in division A got grade A. So where is 75% in this case? 75%, 60, 70 between these two. So this one, and put like this way. Same thing in division B, we have 60%. So 60% this way. And like that you will do for division C and division D. This is called as your percentage bar graph. It's very simple, children. What you will do? First draw y-axis, draw x-axis. On y-axis, scale is fixed, 10, 20 up to 100. Here on x-axis, division, town, whatever is given, you will take that one. Make all the pillars 100, 100, 100%. Only important thing is what? You have to calculate this into percentage. Division A, there are 45 students who got grade A out of 60 students. So how I calculated? 45 upon 60 into 100. So I got 75%, like that this way. So this way you will do your exercise 11.3. Write down the answers, questions, whatever is given in your textbook, children. So here I have completed this chapter. Along with this, I am posting the Google form of this, children. You should submit this form, right? Before the dates are already given. Understood? So that we can write the marks in our notebooks. So I hope that all of you have understood today's my lecture. Okay, statistics. Do not go outside, children. Be healthy. God bless you.